Hey everybody, Bam Collectibles here, back for another statue unboxing review for you. If ever there was a character in Naruto that deserves more statues to be showcased of him, it would be Minato. Today's statue is made by one of the oldest studios that's been around, SxG Studio. On the front of the styrofoam here, we will see the edition size plaque that came with the statue. This is also one of 4 statues that they will be creating to complete a full diorama of Team 7. Stick around to the end to see a preview of the other characters that they will be releasing. There is SxG's logo with 279, which is my specific edition size, and then Minato on the front, which is kind of a silhouette version of his actual pose in the statue to come. Again, on the bottom of the base, we'll see the logo for SxG. They really like showing their logo, and I'm really happy they decided not to go with a round plate style base. Instead, this is more like, reminds me of like a pride rock from something from the Lion King. In order to take away from the monotony of just a giant rock, they do have some what look to be like branches or large looking vines. I'd probably say branches that are surrounding the tree in multiple different sections. The rock, for what it is painted really well. We have multiple different colors that they shaded all throughout. I would say this looks like an actual real life rock. Now there's tons of different notches that are sculpted all throughout because there's going to be a lot of different effect pieces that are going to bring this more to life. Because the nature of branches being, thin and long, they did sculpt a few of them separately. Here is one little piece that they sculpted. There's a magnet on the very end of that, of course, to attach it to the statue. And then we do have a larger one that's going to be sitting more on the top portion of the rock. We'll see that magnet impacted onto the notch. And one complaint that I do have about these branches is they look wet and glossy. I think they should have went for more of a realistic, natural, flat-looking tone of paint. One thing to note is the large branch that I'm installing right here does have another purpose where something is going to be leaning and resting on it. And this brings me to the different effect pieces that they sculpted kind of to accent Minato in this statue. His teleportation jutsu is something that's really difficult to bring to life because it's something that happens in an instant. So in order to do that, we will find all sorts of different yellowish colored clear resin pieces sculpted all throughout. They're going to be fitting into a lot of these different notches and grooves that were carved out on the tree branches and the rock. Pretty ingenious if you ask me, because it really does accent the statue well in the end. There'll also be some larger pieces sculpted that we'll put on Minato himself as we go into the character sculpt. Before we do jump into that, I did want to show you this last effect piece that they sculpted for the statue. To me, it's a little controversial because this is not an ability that's tied to Minato. It's more something that Kushina used to, bound the nine-tailed fox and supposedly seal him. But I guess they included this to tie in her into this statue. Either way, if you stick around closer to the end, I'd love to hear your thoughts if I should keep them on or take them off. Because again, sometimes less is more, and we'll see the chain is actually resting on that branch we installed. In comes the 4th Hokage himself, and we'll see such an interestingly sculpted pose for him, right? This is something you don't normally see, someone crouching downward like this, but it'll all come together when you see the pictures later of the 4 characters they're showcasing. We'll see some notches in his sculpt as well, which later effect pieces will be installed onto it. There's the notch that really connects him to the base. That's really the single point of connection that will allow him to be installed onto there. You'll notice the left arm was sculpted separately and the right hand as well. And then if we take a look at the back, we'll see 2 different kunai pouches or ninja tool pouches in the back. My guess is to hold all the different teleportation kunai that he uses. And then the bottom of the cape has that nice vibrant purple look. This cloak is so timeless and epic. I swear, we got to see the 4th Hokage at the very beginning of the first episode. We didn't get to see him clearly, but you always wanted to know what he looked like when you finally saw him with this outfit, right? It is so incredible. I'll never not love it. In fact, Sage Mode Naruto is my favorite form, so probably one of the reasons why is because his cloak resembles that of Minato's. So for the head sculpt, I think they did a great job with this. Keep in mind it's at such a different angle because he is kind of crouched downward, but look at the eyes, the way that you can see the glossiness on there. Great touch by SxG. In his right hand is none other than the Flying Thunder God Kunai or the Flying Raijin Kunai. Easily one of my top 3 favorite ninja tools in the series. I guess if you don't count the 7 swordsmen of the mist being ninja tools. But besides this and Asuma's blades, those are 2 favorite weapons of mine. And then we have the left hand over here, which has that effect kind of already pre-glued on there, so you cannot remove that. His hand is in that downward position because this is going to help to balance the statue, being that it only connects with the foot and then this hand kind of braces it into place. Taking a break real quick to remind you that we have the limited edition Indra Susano merch up in the shop. If you haven't checked it out, I want to encourage you to follow the link in the description. Many have received it. I've actually got some pictures. If you want to send me a picture if yours has been received, I might be using it in an upcoming post or video. Please do share with me, and I just want to encourage you to check it out. Really awesome quality overall. Let's get back to the unboxing. As you might have guessed, in the shoulder socket and the wrist jocket are none other than some magnets impacted, so they just go in there with ease. Freaking sweet pose that they chose for this. There is no other statue that I have or own that has a character in this pose, so I love how unique that feels. And then again, like I mentioned, there's several different effect pieces that were sculpted separately. We'll go ahead and get all of those attached now. One of the most impressive things by the studio is you don't need blue tack to attach these separate pieces. Friction alone holds them into place. All right, and two more pieces were provided by the studio to install onto here. So one is a little bit more longer than the other, but both of them have very similar shapes. Just like the others, no blue tack required. Gravity holds them into place very well. I'm curious to see what you think about removing them and if it's better. As you saw in the opening, here is a silhouette of the statue, just incredible with that backlight behind it, but even more incredible right when we turn the lights on. Here's a full look at it, and let's go ahead and take the chains off real quick. Let me know what you think. As I've said before in other reviews, sometimes less is more, so if you have a piece that you don't like, you're not feeling it, heck, take it off. Who's gonna know? All right, and time to bust open our Naruto SxG pack. If you are not aware and you haven't heard, I am willing to trade statues for Naruto card collections. Hit me up on my social media if you have a decent sized collection with quite a few super rares. We'll see what we can work out. There is our foil for the pack, Choji. There's Naruto, and hey, by the way, I'm going to be doing a video soon showcasing all the super rare cards that I'm going to be sending in to be graded. I hope you will enjoy. Look forward to that. It's quite a collection I'll be sending in, so it's going to be fun. Here are a preview of two different ones that I have that are all sleeved up and ready in their, kind of a softer hard case in the penny sleeve. But I'm curious to know, which card do you think I should display next to this statue? Is it going to be the one on my left with the blue tag with a more dynamic, or the one standing there on the right? Let me know in the comments below which one you like or you would choose. As I said in the beginning, this is one of 4 statues. We can see Kakashi, Obito, and Rin are going to be included in this series in the near future. They also teased us with the next team to be assembled. Let me know in the comment section who you think this group of individuals are. Here is the final and my favorite angle to look at Minato at. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing today. And if you did, be sure to smash that like button. And hey, leave a comment below. You know I love to talk to everyone as much as I can. And I will see you in the next unboxing video. As always, everybody, do what you love and love what you do. Bam out.